Need of mental health services now. Every year the numbers are higher and higher, yet for many, mental health services are unattainable because of the cost. One study found 42% of people don't get help because of high costs, but there are options. 9 News wellness expert Heather Hans is joining us this morning with more on that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in.
I'm so glad to be here.
So give us a better idea of how much therapy can cost.
Yeah, so therapists typically charge between $100 and $200 for a single session, which is about 50 minutes. It can be more or less depending on the therapist and the location. But typically we recommend that people get therapy once a week when they're first starting. So that can really add up over the course of a month. And therapy apps are a little bit less. They run from $250 to $400 a month. And there are also a bunch of other low-cost options. So I do recommend a little bit of caution with those because of either the lack of experience or the stress that some of those therapists are under.
Yeah, I'm sure it also depends on what you're seeking therapy for, whether the app is good or not, and in person and whatnot. So what are some low-cost options that are out there?
Sure. So the first grouping is community mental health centers, therapist training institutes, and group therapy. So everyone has access to a community mental health center, which offers low-cost services. And then training institutes and universities have therapists who are in training, and they need thousands of hours of experience and up to 100 of supervision to get licensed. So they offer lower fees, and they are supervised by full-fledged therapists. And then group therapy is another way to get the cost down, but you still get confidential therapy. And people can also ask their physicians if they have referrals. And then another great option is called psychologytoday.com, where you can look for therapists that offer what are called sliding scale fees. And that means that they lower their fees based on the client's income level. And it's a great website where you can customize your search based on what you're looking for, the type of therapist, location, insurance if you have it, cost if you don't, including that low-cost sliding scale fee. And then a third option is to just space out your sessions and work on the homework, because therapists will often give you homework to work on in between, because that's how change happens, is through practice and repetition. There's also a lot of reading material you can do. So even though it's not ideal, it's really much better than no therapy at all.
Absolutely. I love that you mentioned Psychology Today. We recently talked about that, not on air, but it is great because you can narrow it down to your location, what exactly you want. I mean, it really can get specific.
Exactly. It's so handy, and there's just hundreds or thousands on that site that people can choose from.
And the therapists in training, I love that too. That is a really great idea. What about free services?
Yeah, good question. So if anyone is ever in need and needs immediate help, you can call or text 988. And they're not therapists, but they are trained to provide support and put people in touch with local services. And then Coloradans who are under 18 can get 6 free therapy sessions through imattercolorado.org. And if they're 21 and under and getting special ed services, they can get 3 free sessions. So there are some options there.
Yeah, that's great to know. Wow. Yeah. And the 988, that's really great, because sometimes people just need someone to talk to. It's not very specific. It's just like they need to let something off their chest.
Exactly. And don't feel like you need to be in such a crisis or it doesn't apply to you. If you really need help, don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, great pointers this morning. Heather, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Really
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.